everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia. Today we're making these adorable elephant booties. These are so fun to make. Oh my gosh, I had a lot of fun making these. They're really quick. They don't use a whole lot of yarn. You can basically do a scrap project if you have some extra gray yarn, white yarn, and black yarn. Today's yarn is provided by Red Heart Yarns. This is one of the labels I have, but I actually am using scraps today, not a whole lot of yarn, so excuse the wrinkled label here. This the color for the booty, actually, I'm using is a charcoal color by Red Heart Soft. You can use Red Heart Super Saver, Red Heart Soft for the whole project. Any worsted weight size 4 medium yarn is worsted weight. You can use a double knitting yarn or a worsted weight yarn. Even an Aran yarn would totally work as well. And this specific color, like I said, this color is charcoal. And then for the accessories on this piece, I'm using Red Heart Super Saver in Gray Heather for the trunk, the eye patch, and the ears. And then for the tusks here, I'm using white. A little detail in the eye is white, and then the eyes themselves are black. So you're not going to need a whole lot of yarn for this project. This booty is going to fit up to a 6-month-old size. So it's a very small booty, very small shoe. If you use a bigger hook, like an H size hook, which is 5 millimeters, you can make these a tad bit bigger. But I wouldn't recommend going too much bigger than an H size hook. In this project, we are going to use a G hook, which is 4.25 millimeters. You can use a 4 millimeter hook, which is a regular G. This is a G6 hook, and this fancy one is all cut nicely, hand carved actually, wooden handles. I just posted this on Snapchat just recently, so if you can check that out, you can get these hooks at the Etsy shop. Would be fancy. Make sure to check those out and get them. The holidays are right around the corner, you guys, and for somebody's birthday, anybody who loves crocheting, these are really great ergonomic hooks, perfect for people with arthritis. So I really like these hooks, and I always promote them because they're really, really nice and fancy. Also, you're going to need a scissors and a yarn needle and a little tiny bit of polyfill. Maybe a little bit more than this, but you get the point. So, and a stitch marker is recommended. I'm using just a random piece of yarn in this project just to mark my stitches because we'll be working in continuous rounds for a lot of these pieces. The ear, the nose, the booty itself. So you're going to need those supplies. Now, before we begin, there are links in the description of this video. Check out all those links. If you have any questions about this, please check out the links first. In the notes section, I will have information about making these a little bigger, but like I said, I'm not going to write the pattern for a bigger size. If you basically make any size slipper, any size booty or slipper in a bigger size, you can make these accessories and just sew them on a regular slipper. So very simple to make them bigger. Also, there is a link to the Facebook, Instagram, and where to follow me, so make sure you follow me, make these, and share your photos, and hashtag YARNutopia so I can see your work on Instagram. Snapchat me, I'm YARNutopia on Snapchat. You can see behind the scenes clips of what we do here at YARNutopia headquarters, aka my home. And then also, I have to say a huge thank you to my dad, Fuad, Azmat, for taking the time to make this video with us. He's our videographer, editor, and photographer for all of our videos here at YARNutopia, so make sure you subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and let me know what you think about this video. I will be chatting with you on Facebook and everything when we post this, so make sure you check that out. So if you have any questions, you can always message me. Alright, let's just get started and make these fabulous elephant booties. Alright, let's start out with your darker gray color and make a slip knot. So put your short end over your long end, then fold that down, and then pull your long end through and pull tight, and there's your slip knot. Then insert your hook into the loop, and we can start our project. So let's start out by chaining 10. So yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we are going to work round 1. We are going to put 2 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. So the loop on the hook does not count as a chain, so count 1 and 2. This is the second chain from the hook right there. And what I like to do is turn my chain toward me like this and work in these back ridges of the chain. Okay, that's just personal preference, but I'm going to go into the second chain from the hook right in there and make 2 single crochets. So yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, and again, go back into that same chain, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Just like that. So there's 2 single crochets in that same chain. Now we're going to put 1 single crochet in the next 5 chains. So go into this next chain here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. There's 1, next chain is 2, next chain is 3, and this next one is 4, and 5. So you should have 3 chains left. In the very next chain, we are going to put a half double crochet. So yarn over, go into this next chain here, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 of the loops on your hook. Okay, that is a half double crochet. Next chain is also going to get a half double crochet. So yarn over, go into that next chain, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 of the loops. Now the last chain, we are going to work 8 double crochets in that last chain. So yarn over, go into that last chain, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, okay, only 2 loops there, and then yarn over and pull through those last 2 loops. That is a double crochet. So you have to make 8 of those in that same chain. So that was 1, so yarn over, go back in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. There's 2, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. There's 3, here's 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8. And as you can see, I was turning this all the way around, so now we're going to be working on the opposite end of our foundation chain here. Okay, so you can see I was turning it like this all the way around, okay? So now we have 8 double crochets in that last chain there. Now the next stitch is where this half double crochet stitch is worked into. We're going to work a half double crochet into that stitch now. So yarn over, go at the base of that stitch, okay, right there, insert your hook, then yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 of the loops on your hook. We're putting a half double crochet in there, and you can see I was working over the top of this straggler right here, so I don't have to sew it in later. I'm just going to crochet over the top of it. In the very next stitch right here, we are going to put a half double crochet. So yarn over, go into that stitch. Okay, I'm working over the straggler here, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, just like that. Okay, now in the next 5 stitches we are going to put 1 single crochet. So just go in, no yarning over, just go in to the next stitch there, yarn over at that point and pull that through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, that's a single crochet. So go back, go into the next stitch. So that was our first one. Go into the next. Here's our second one. Okay, next stitch is 3. Next stitch is 4. Next stitch is 5. So there should be 1 stitch left. We're going to put 2 single crochets in the last stitch, and that's where those 2 first single crochets are worked in anyway. So we're going to put 2 single crochets in the last stitch. 1 and 2. Perfect. Okay, at this point we are not slip stitching to the first one here. We're actually just going to put a stitch marker in. Let me grab mine. I lost it for a second there. Okay, stitch marker. Random piece of yarn is going right in there to mark our rounds. And we're going to be working in a continuous round. So let's go on to round 2. We are going to put 2 single crochets in the first stitch from the last round here. So this very first stitch right here, we're going to go into it. Okay, under front and back loop there. Yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And again, go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, 2 single crochets in the first stitch. Then we're going to put 2 single crochets in the next stitch also. So go into this next stitch here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And again, go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're going to put 1 single crochet in the next 7 stitches this time. So this next stitch gets 1, here's 1, next stitch is 2, here's 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7. Okay, then we're going to half double crochet into the next stitch. So yarn over, go into the very next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. That's a half double crochet. Then we're going to put 2 half double crochets in each of the next 6 stitches. So this is a big increase here. We're going to yarn over, go into this next stitch here, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, yarn over again, go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So there's 2 half double crochets in that stitch, and we have to do that for 6 stitches. So that was 1. Hop to the next and put 2 half double crochets in there. 1 and 2, that's 2. Next stitch is our 3rd. So 1 and 2 in there. Okay, hop to the next. This one will be our 4th repeat here. 1 and 2. Okay, next stitch, 2 half double crochets. That's our 5th repeat. And the next stitch is our 6th, and we will put 2 half double crochets in there. Awesome. So that's our, you can tell that those are where the toes are going to be. So then the next stitch is going to have a half double crochet in it. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, just put 1 half double crochet in that next stitch. And then in the next 7 stitches, we are going to put 1 single crochet. So go into this next stitch here, put a single crochet in there. So 1, next stitch, 2, next stitch, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, you should have 2 stitches left. We are going to put 2 single crochets in each one of those. So put 2 single crochets in this one, 1 and 2, and then in the last one put 2 single crochets in there. And then we've hit our stitch marker, so now we have to go on to round 3. For round 3, let's move our stitch marker up, and in this first stitch here, we are going to put a single crochet. So just put 1 single crochet in the first stitch, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And in the next stitch also, just put 1 single crochet. But in the next stitch, we are going to put 2 single crochets. So go in there for 1, and go back in for another one. And now in the next 10 stitches, we are going to put one single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Now we are going to put 2 single crochets in the next stitch. So go into this next stitch here, put 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and also in the next stitch we're going to put 2 single crochets in there as well, 1 and 2. And now in the next 6 stitches we are going to put 1 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now in the next stitch we are going to put 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. And the next stitch also put 2 single crochets in there. 1 and 2. Okay. Then we're going to put 1 single crochet in the next 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There should be 3 stitches left. We're going to put 2 single crochets in the next stitch, 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. So 1 and 1. Awesome. There is the sole of the booty. Now we're going to go up to the sides of the booty. We're just going to continue on, so if you want to move your stitch marker up you can, but I'm just going to work in each stitch. What we're going to do is work in the back loops only. So usually we work in both loops, like I've been showing you throughout this pattern so far. For the first 3 rounds we worked in both loops. The loop that's closest to you right here is called the front loop, okay? The loop that's back here is called the back loop, obviously, because it's away from you. It's in the back of our work, okay? So we're going to work into those back loops only for round 4. So let's just single crochet in each stitch around, putting a single crochet in the back loop right in here. Just go in, okay? Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, go into the next back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. This is just going to separate the sole from the sides of the booty. Okay, so you'll see this line right here. So go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, back loops only for round 4 here. I'm just going to single crochet all the way around, working in those back loops so that the sole of the booty is separated just with that line. Just a little detail. When I come back around, I'll show you what to do to finish this round, and then we'll go on to round 5. Alright, just working in all those back loops makes it look really nice. You can see that line there. It just separates that all the way around. Okay, so we're back to the beginning here, so you can see that's where we started. So now going on to the next round, we are actually going to join to the first single crochet. So go into both loops, the front and back loop of our first stitch of this round, okay, yarn over and pull through, and then pull through the loop on your hook. Okay, that makes a join in the back. Awesome. So now we can go into round 5. Let us chain up 1, so yarn over and pull through 1, and now we're going to be working by doing chains. I'm going to remove this stitch marker here. Okay, and we're going to be working in rounds and slip stitching from this point forward. So for round 5 we're going to single crochet in both loops of each stitch all the way around. So go into the stitch that we just slip stitched and chained 1 into. Let's go back into there, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, in both loops of each stitch around we're just going to single crochet. So nothing too exciting, just single crochet all the way around in both loops. So You don't have to work in the back loop only on this round. Just work in both loops, single crocheting all the way around, very simple. So I'm going to do that all the way around for round 5, and then I'll meet you up. We'll close this round and go on to round 6. Alright, just finishing round 5 here. We're going to slip stitch to the first single crochet, okay, so not this chain 1 right here that looks kind of like a stitch. We're actually going to go into the first single crochet stitch, okay, so not this chain 1. Go into the stitch right here. There we go. Yarn over and pull through and pull through. Okay. Also, if you are wondering about stitch counts from here, from round 1 to round 5 so far, I haven't said any. There are in the blog post at the end of each round. In parentheses, I tell you how many stitches are on each round. So this one should have 42 stitches. So going on to round 6, we're going to chain up 1. And we are going to half double crochet in each stitch around. So yarn over. Go into the same stitch that we just slip stitched into, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Okay, that's a half double crochet. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, in each stitch around we are going to half double crochet. So again, same amount of stitches on round 6, we are going to have 42 stitches. So if you needed to, count your stitches, you can always check out the blog. At the end of each round it'll show you how many stitches you should have if you're counting. So, which you should. So anyway, I'm going to just half double crochet in each stitch around, and then I'll meet you up. We're going to close round 6 and go on to round 7. Alright, closing round 6, we are going to slip stitch into the first half double crochet. Okay, so not this chain 1 right there. We're going to go into the first stitch right here. Okay, and slip stitch. So go in, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. Just like that. So for round 7, we are going to decrease. So let's chain up 1. And we are going to single crochet into the first 2 stitches. So go into this first stitch where we just slip stitched into. Let's go in there, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, and the next stitch as well. Go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have to make a decrease stitch. We are going to single crochet 2 together. So let's go into this next stitch right here. Then yarn over and pull that through that stitch, but then go directly into the next stitch right there. Yarn over and pull that through. So now we have 3 loops on the hook. Let's yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. That is a single crochet 2 together, decrease. Now we're going to single crochet into 7 stitches. So just single crochet into the next 7 stitches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now we're going to make a bunch of decreased stitches. We are going to half double crochet 2 together 10 times, okay? So yarn over, go into this next stitch, then yarn over and pull through, then go directly into the next stitch, then yarn over and pull that through, and then yarn over and pull through all 4 of the loops on your hook. Okay, that is a half double crochet 2 together stitch. Get that right, there we go. Okay, so we're going to do that 10 times. So that was 1. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on your hook. There we go. Okay, so that's our second one. And do this again. Yarn over, go into the next, yarn over, pull through, go into the next, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. So you have to do 10 of those. So that was 1, 2, 3. Here's 4. There we go. And 5. We're halfway there. 6. You're going to see it really crunching down here. 6. You can see the toe is being made. It's curving inward. What is this? Is this 7 or 8? I'll have to count. Let me count here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 3 more for me. Here's 8. 9. And 10. So you can see that it decreased quite a bit, kind of scrunching this up. There are our toes. Okay, so the top of the booty is coming along very nicely. So now the next step is to single crochet into the next 7 stitches. So no yarning over, just go in, then yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So there's 1, next stitch is 2, here's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, then we're going to single crochet 2 together. So go into this next stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over and pull that through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And you should have 2 stitches left. We're just going to single crochet in those last 2 stitches. Okay, so for round 7 you should have 30 stitches left on this round. So go into the first single crochet right here and slip stitch to close round 7. So go in, yarn over, pull through, and through. And that was round 7. So you can see the booty is taking shape, looking good. Going on to round 8, we are going to chain 1 and single crochet into the first 9 stitches. So go into this first stitch that we just slip stitched into, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So there's 1, next stitch 2, here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now we have to do those half double crochet 2 together stitches. We have to do, let me see here, round 8, or let's see here. Round 8 says 6 times. Sorry, I was reading my pattern. So yarn over, go into this next stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over, oopsie, go into the next stitch, there we go, yarn over and pull that through, and then yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on your hook. Okay, that's a half double crochet 2 together, so you have to do 6 of those. So that was 1. Go into the next stitch, do your single crochet, or I'm sorry, half double crochet 2 together. There's our second one. If you need me to go slower, you can rewind this to the last round where I was doing them 10 times. I just have to do it 6 times this round, so that's 3. Here's 4. Here's 5. And last one here is 6. Awesome. So you can see that it's really pulled together tightly for the toes to fit in there. And now we are going to single crochet into the last 9 stitches. So it's a pretty easy round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then let's slip stitch to the first single crochet right in here. Just go in, yarn over, pull through, and pull through that loop on your hook. There we go. Awesome. Going on to round 9, let's chain up 1. Okay, and we are going to single crochet into these first 9 stitches, just like the last round. Remember to go into the one we just slip stitched into and chained up 1 in. Let's single crochet in there. That's our first one. Next 2. Here's, oops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now we're going to half double crochet 2 together. We're going to do that 4 times. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. So there's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. It's getting really tight. And 4. Don't worry, the baby's foot will fit in here. They're quite stretchy. Alright, and then we just have to single crochet in the rest of the stitches on the round. There should be 7. So let's count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Awesome. Let's slip stitch to the first single crochet, so not this chain up one here. Let's go into the single crochet right there. Just go in, yarn over, pull through, and through. Just like that. So that was round 9. Going on to round 10, it's very simple. We're just going to chain 1. There should be 20 stitches around, by the way, for round 9. Going on to round 10, we're going to half double crochet in each stitch around. So don't forget this first one. Half double crochet is yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay? And we're just going to half double crochet into each of the 20 stitches around. And then when I finish round 10, we'll be able to fasten this part off and go on to making the pieces of the elephant. Alright, finishing round 10, we're just going to slip stitch into this first half double crochet stitch. And again, you should only have 20 stitches on this round. So yarn over, pull through, and through. And now we can fasten this part off. So let's chain 1 and then cut our yarn. And then pull that through and pull it tight. And we can grab our yarn needle right away and just weave in that end. And you have a cute little booty. So if you want to just, if you want to just have plain little booties, you can just make another one of these and have just a cute little booty for a little 3-month. It should fit, it stretches, so it should fit up to a 6-month-old size. But depending on the size hook also, if you wanted to use an H hook, it could probably fit up to an 8-month-old size. But there it is, how cute! Cute little booty. So there's that one. So just rewind this, make another one, or you can make one full into the elephant and then just rewind the whole video and make another one booty just like that. So I'm just going to show you one today. So there's the booty. There's no right or left foot. It's just the same for both feet. So that's what it looks like. And I have this little strand on the inside here I have to trim also. Careful with your scissors when you're cutting things. I just have to tell myself that, really. Okay, so now going on to making the next part, we're going to start off by making the nose, which is the trunk of the elephant. So let's set this aside and grab our other tone of gray. I'm using Gray Heather and Red Heart Super Saver, and we are going to start out with a slip knot. So put your short end over that long end, then fold this down and then pull that through and pull tight. There's your slip knot. Insert your hook, and we're going to chain 8. So yarn over and pull through 1, whoopsie, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to come around like this. We're going to kind of flip this around, okay, like that, going behind our work here. I'm going to insert my hook into this first chain here, just like that, okay. This string, this yarn in the back, just like that, and we're going to single crochet. So yarn over and pull it through that chain, okay, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, we're going to work in continuous rounds, and we are working a single crochet in that first chain and in each chain around. So go into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, next chain, go in, and this is kind of a tricky part to see your chains. There we go. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. This is round 1, by the way, and you should have 8 stitches around at the end of round 1. So just make sure you single crochet in each of the 8 chains that we created. So we're not slip stitching or anything, we're just single crocheting in a continuous spiral. Alright, and I have 1 left right here. It's kind of tough. There we go. Pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So if you need to count that you have 8 stitches, I'm going to take my hook out here so I can pull this strand in through the bottom here. Oh, there goes the bells. Alright, now what we're going to do, I'm just going to work right through those bells here. We're going to work in those back loops only. Remember in the booty I showed you we work through both loops like this? We're going to work through the back loops right here, okay, just like this, in this whole trunk, okay? So if you want to, you can put your stitch marker in, right in here. Sorry if that's a little distracting. These rounds are really easy, you guys. We're going to, from rounds 2 through 12, we're just going to single crochet into each stitch around for 8 stitches in each round, and that's for rounds 2 through 12. So it's that simple. So I'm just going to keep doing that for until I finish round 12, and then I'll meet you back up and we'll go on to round 13, and I'm sure the bells will be done by then. Alright, I just finished round 12 here, so basically you can just keep repeating that if however long you want your nose to be, but if you, or your trunk, I keep calling it a nose, well it is the nose, but anyway, I'm going to stop here and we're going to decrease. Going on to round 13, we're going to single crochet 2 together. Let me move my stitch marker up so we can just keep working in these continuous rounds. Single crochet 2 together 4 times. So go into this next stitch, remember back loops only, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch, back loop only, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so there's one, next one, single crochet 2 together. It's going to be very, very tight here. 2, here's 3, and last one here, it's really hard to see, sorry, here's 4. Okay, those back loops only, make it a little easier, and then there should be 4 stitches on round 13. For round 14, it's actually just single crochet the first and third stitches together. So go into this very first stitch, you can work in the back loop there, just right there, and then the one straight across from it, in that back loop, just go straight across. Okay, so you can see that's the first loop, here's the second stitch and the third stitch, so that back loop of that stitch, and then there's our 4th stitch right there. Okay, so we're going to yarn over and pull it through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to fasten off with an extra long tail. Let me cut my yarn, and then we're going to pull it all the way through. Okay, so I might have cut that a little too long, but whatever. And then we're going to remove our stitch marker, and then what we're going to do is take this strand, I'm going to take my yarn needle right here, yarn my needle with that strand that we just cut, and go into right at the base of that end stitch there, that last stitch, right through those stitches right there, and go through the nose, the trunk, I keep calling it nose, I don't know why. Go all the way through and stick your fingers in there, make sure that it's going all the way through to the very bottom. Okay, just like this, and then pull. Okay, and you want to kind of put this into the inside here, just a little bit, not too much, just so that it has nice little end there, just like that. So it kind of looks like an elephant nose, elephant trunk. There we go. Okay, so now we have this long strand at the bottom here. Okay, we're going to use that for sewing. So what I'm going to do, actually, stretch this out a little bit, kind of pull this out. There we go. I'm going to go around, we can shove this little strand on the inside. That's our slip knot strand. Shove that to the inside there. And then go around one of the stitches here with this strand. Just like that. Very simple. Then grab your booty. Okay. And then we're going to sew this onto here, right here, and then we're going to kind of pull it up and sew it down to there. Okay? I hope that makes sense. But what we're going to do, you can sew it on however you'd like. I'm going to do a little whip stitch, so I'm going to go right in the center front there. Hold it. I have one hand in the booty and one down here. Okay. And then we're going to just go into the booty and then around the stitches from round one of the trunk. And we're just going to go around and around this piece and just sew it on. Very simple. I'm doing it a little bit faster for the camera, but you can take your time and make it look extremely nice for the baby that's going to be wearing these. Okay. There we go. Almost done here. Awesome. Okay, so then we have this going like this. Okay, now we want to bring this down here like this and then kind of flip it up over. Okay, and I probably should have said before we sewed it on, you could have stuffed this a little bit, but you don't really have to stuff it at all because it's pretty, there's not much room in there for stuffing anyway. So I'm going to go back into the booty, okay, and I'm coming out right here. Okay, and then we're going to tack this down and just go behind a couple of the stitches on this piece, like that. And then go back into the booty. You want to end on the inside of the booty, just like this. Okay, and when we're finished, I'm going to try to show you here. So we're on the inside of the booty. We're going to go around a couple of loops, or a couple of stitches here. Keep our finger in the loop there. Then come back through that loop and tie it off in a knot. Okay, and you can do that once or twice, it's secure, and then we're just going to go back out into the trunk and then cut any extra yarn and then stretch out that nose there and then kind of straighten this out, make it look good. Fold this down. If you want to, you can tack it down here as well, so this kind of stays curled. But it should stay curled, and when the foot is in there too, it should stay curled like that. Okay, so there is the nose, but now it doesn't really look like anything right now. We have to add some more accessories, so let me grab some more gray yarn, and then we'll make the next piece. Alright, the next piece to show you is the patch behind the eye. Okay, so we're going to make a little accessory piece. It's kind of similar to how I make my cat ears. I know it's kind of weird, but we're going to start off with a slip knot. I know I've shown you that already in this video. So we're going to start off with a slip knot, and we are going to chain 7. So yarn over and pull through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then in that second chain from the hook right here, we are going to single crochet. So go into that chain. You remember I like to work in those back ridges. So yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. And we're going to single crochet in each of these chains. So go into the next, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And the next. At the end of this row, row 1, we are going to have 6 single crochets in total. Here's 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to just chain 1 and turn our work. So yarn over and pull through. And we're going to turn our work this way, just like this. And we're going to single crochet across. So go into this first stitch right here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And there should be, again, 6 stitches on row 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, for row 3, we're going to repeat row 2. So chain 1 and single crochet across. I'm going to turn my work around and do that, and then I'll meet you up for row 4. Alright, so for row 4, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And we are going to single crochet 2 together. So go into this first stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Okay, that's a single crochet 2 together. Now we're just going to put a regular single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 1. And there should be 2 stitches left. We're going to single crochet those 2 together. Okay, just like that. Then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work around, and we are going to single crochet 2 together 2 times. So go into this first stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and another time. Go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the last stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So you should only have 2 stitches left. We're going to chain 1, turn our work around, and single crochet these 2 together. So you should only have 1 stitch left for row 6 here. This is row 6 already. Then what we're going to do is chain 1 and turn the work around, and we're going to single crochet around this whole piece. Okay, so just single crochet into that single crochet, and then down the side we're just going to put a single crochet in each area. Basically wherever your hook fits is where you should put a stitch. So just go into the side, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, when you get down to this side right here, I'm going to single crochet into this corner, and I'm also going to single crochet over the top of my straggler right here so that it hides underneath my stitches. You can single crochet along your foundation chain. Okay, just insert your hook and make a single crochet all the way around this piece. And I'm more than halfway there, so I'll just continue with this here. You could just continue watching me. I'm crocheting over my straggler. Like I said, I don't have to sew it in. And then what you'll need to do before or after we fasten this piece off, we'll have to make another one. So we have 2 of these. You'll need 2 of these for each booty. So actually you're going to need to make 4 of these in total if you're making the pair of booties, obviously. Alright, so to fasten this off, we're going to go into the first single crochet, yarn over, pull through, and through for a slip stitch, and then chain 1. We're going to fasten off with a long tail, so cut your yarn long and pull it all the way through, and then pull tight, and then we're going to stretch this out so that it looks like a triangle, like this. Okay, if you need to, rewind this, make one exactly like it, so you have 2 of these in total. And then we're just going to actually set these aside. We're going to grab some white yarn and make the tusks first, and then we'll sew these onto our booties after. So make another one, so you have 2 of these for each booty, so make 4 of these in total. I'm just showing you one booty in this video tutorial, so make 4 of these in total. I'm going to set these aside and grab some white yarn, and then I'll meet you up and we'll make the tusks. Alright, I have my white now. We're going to make a slip knot. Okay, let's make the tusks. We're going to insert our hook and chain 2. 1 and 2. And in the second chain from the hook right here, we're going to put 4 single crochets. So go in, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So there's 1, go back in for 2, there's 3, and 4. Oopsie. 4 is here. Now for the tusks, I'm going to also work in the back loops only, just like I did for the trunk. So we're going to go into each stitch around. It's going to be quite tight, and this is a quite small piece right now, but it will increase in the next round. For round 2, we are going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around and in the back loops only. If you want to work in both loops, you can, but it's just a little bit easier for me personally to work in the back loops. So for rounds 1 and 2, we'll have 4 single crochets in each round. So this is round 2 now. I'm just working in the back loops of these 4 stitches, just like that. Easy. Okay. For round 3, we're going to put 2 single crochets in the next stitch. Okay, this is round 3 now. 2 single crochets in this next stitch, back loop only. So 1, go back in for 2, and then in the next stitch we're just going to put 1 single crochet. Okay, then in the next stitch after that we're going to put 2 single crochets. 1 and 2, and then in the stitch after that we're going to only put 1 single crochet. Okay, so you should have 6 single crochets by now at the end of round 3. Going on to round 4, we are just going to put 1 single crochet in each of the 6 stitches around. So 1, next stitch, remember back loops only, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, here's 5, and 6. Okay, and now round 5, we are going to increase again. Let's put 2 single crochets in the next stitch, 1 and 2. Okay, and then 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 1. Okay, and then the next stitch is going to get 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in each of these last 2 stitches. 1 and 1. Perfect. And we have one more round to do. Let's just put 1 single crochet in each of the next 8 stitches. That you should have 8 stitches on round 5 now. So let's just put 1 single crochet in each one of those for round 6. So 1, 2, 3, here's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Awesome. Now to fasten this piece off, we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch. I'm going under both loops, front and back, yarn over, pull through and through, and then chain 1, cut the yarn kind of long for sewing, and then pull that all the way through and pull it tight, and there you have a tusk. I'm going to pull this in just like that. Okay, so you can kind of curl this end up a little bit so it looks more like a tusk. Looks good. It looks like, you know those chips that look like bugle, or they're called bugles? That's not what that looks like. It looks silly. Okay, so I used to play with those chips and put them on my fingers like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab some polyfill, just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this polyfill just a little bit in there. Okay, and now we have a nice little tusk. So I need you to make another one of these for each booty. You should have 2 tusks. Okay, so we're gonna stuff this other one too. I just made this one off camera here. So we're just going to stuff both of them, just very lightly stuff them. And then we're going to sew on the tusks first and then those eye patch pieces. So let's grab the booty and then get your yarn needle. Here's a tusk. I'm just going to show you one half and then I'll do the other half off camera. It's exactly the same on each side. But like I said, you're going to need, oh my goodness, you're going to need 4 tusks and 4 eye patches, okay, because you're going to make a pair of booties, but I'm only showing you this one piece here, okay? So if you need to rewind this to make those other pieces, you can. So we're going to take 1 tusk here. Let me get all those pieces out of the way. And we are going to put it right next to the nose, right next to the trunk here, about right here, okay? And I'm going to put it on flat like this, just like that, okay? And we're just going to go into the booty and then back out. I know it's probably hard to see there. So I'm going to come out of a stitch and then just go in through both layers of the tusk. And just like that. So kind of just whip stitching it. But make sure it's positioned correctly. That's why I have one hand inside of there to kind of guide it. Okay. And then just pinching with one hand and sewing with the other hand. You're going to need a little bit of coordination, but not too much. And you don't have to worry about it looking a little weird on this side because that eye patch piece is going to cover that edge. Okay. Almost done here, and when we are going to tie this off, we're going to go underneath a couple of stitches just like this, and then keep your finger in the loop just like that, and then come back through and then remove your finger and pull that tight, and then we can go inside of the tusk, this little horn here, and just pull that through and grab our scissors, and that's hidden inside. Fabulous. Awesome. So now we want to cover this part up because that looks really horrible. So what we're going to do is grab the eye patch piece and cover this up just like this, making sure that this is positioned where this point comes to about the top of the ankle part here. Okay, so that is how we're positioning this. Make sure this part comes to about the base where these front loops are showing, so right about there when we sew it down, and then make sure this front part covers that little edge there, just like that. Okay, now we can move the nose around to make sure this comes right behind the nose, just like so. Okay, so I'm going to grab my yarn needle here, yarn my needle with that long strand, keeping a hand inside of the shoe, going in and out of each stitch on the edge. Okay, so again, pinching with one hand, sewing with the other hand, and guiding your needle through. You can go all the way in through all the layers if you're going through the tusk itself. There we go. Just like that. And then behind here. Back in and out. Alright, so now when we're going to fasten this off, let's end on the inside of the booty. Okay, and then go around a few stitches, just like I showed you for the tusk. Come it back through that loop, and then pull tight. And then you can just go between the two layers, okay, of the booty and this piece. Right about like that. And then just cut any extra. And then stretch it out. And there's one side. Okay. Just like that. So now I'm just going to do the same exact thing on the other side. So we're just going to do the opposite. So put this one right here. And then this one over the top of it, about right here. And sew it on exactly the same. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and once this is all attached, I will meet you up and we'll go on to making the next piece. Alright, so I just sewed on this other half here, so now let's go on to making the ears. We just have the ears and the eyes left, and then we're done. So I'm going to set this aside, grab that same gray, Gray Heather Red Heart Super Saver, and we're going to start off with a slip knot, and insert the hook. And for the ears, we are going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and in the second chain from the hook, we are going to put 6 single crochets. So go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So 1, here's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now I'm going to insert my stitch marker. We are going to work in continuous rounds in the back loops only, just like we did for the trunk and the tusks. So we are going to go on to round 2 of the ears. We're going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So 1 and 2, just like that. Hop to the next, put 2 in there, 2, just like that. You should have 12 single crochets at the end of round 2. I'm halfway there, so you can just continue watching here. 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I have 12 stitches around. Going on to round 3, we're going to increase one more time. Let's put 2 single crochets in this first stitch, 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next. And just repeat that sequence around. So 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next. Then 2 in the next, 1 and 2, remember back loops only, and then 1 in the next. Okay, and at the end of round 3, we'll have 18 single crochets, and I think that's big enough for our increase for the ears. If you want ginormous ears, you can increase even more if you want to, but for this size booty, you'll just need to increase this much. Okay, so now, moving the stitch marker up, we have 18 stitches around. For rounds 4 through 6, so 4, 5, and 6, the next 3 rounds, we're just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and you'll start to see that it is going to bowl up, which is what we want. So I'm going to do that for rounds 4, 5, and 6, and then I'll meet you up. We'll decrease in round 7. Alright, I just did rounds 4, 5, and 6 with just 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Like I said, it'll bowl up so you can see that it is taking shape. So now, going on to round 7, we are going to decrease. Let me move my stitch marker up, and we're going to put, we're going to do a single crochet 2 together. We've done that a few times in this project already. So go into this first stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next, yarn over, pull through, remember back loops only, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and then just put a regular single crochet in the next stitch. and just repeat that all the way around. So single crochet 2 together, and then single crochet in the next. At the end of round 7, we will have 12 stitches again. So just single crochet 2 together, and then single crochet into the next stitch. And I'm almost there. You can just keep watching, and we can just go on to round 8 to decrease again. So I have 12 stitches now. Moving my stitch marker up, going on to round 8, we're going to single crochet 2 together 6 times. So single crochet 2 together, just like that, hop to the next 2 and single crochet those 2 together. Okay, then single crochet the next 2 together. That's 6 times, which will give us 6 stitches around for round 8. And then at the end of this round, we can fasten off. You'll just need to make another one for the same booty. We'll have to make 4 ears in total because we're making a pair of booties here. Okay, so then to fasten off, let's slip stitch into this first stitch here. You can go under both loops. You can see I went under the front and back loop. Yarn over, pull through and through, and then chain 1. Cut your yarn long for sewing, and then pull that through and pull it tight. Remove that stitch marker, and then we're going to flatten this piece, kind of stretch it out, make it look circular. And there you have an ear. So like I said, you'll need 4 of these in total, 2 for each booty. So I'm going to grab my piece right here, and we're going to sew these on. Very simple to sew these on. We're just going to yarn our needle with the strand that we cut. Okay, position this right in the back here. You wanted to cover the point right here of the eye patch piece, so just come right to the side of the booty, and we're just going to whip stitch this to the top layer, or the top row of our booty right there. And we're just going to come back around, through and through. And again, through and through. And the next stitch. Okay, then to fasten this off, I'm going to go through this stitch here. Okay, underneath the ear now. Okay, I'm going to go through a couple of stitches here. Keep my finger in the loop, and then come back through the loop, remove my finger, and pull tight. Then we're going to sew this end into the ear. Okay, and then grab our scissors, cut any extra, stretch this out so it's hidden, and flop it back down. And there's the ear. So just do that for the other side the same exact way, and then once I have my other ear sewn on, we'll go on to making the eyes. Alright, so I just sewed on this ear, so now we just have to make the eyes, and then we'll be done. So I'm going to set this aside. Let's just get some black yarn here, make a slip knot. It is so simple for the eyes. We are going to basically do round 1 of the ear. So chain 2, 1 and 2, and then put 6 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5 and 6. Okay, then we're going to go to the first single crochet right here. Just go into that stitch, yarn over, pull through and through for a slip stitch, and then let's fasten that off. So chain 1, cut your yarn kind of long for sewing, and pull that through and pull it tight. Now if you have the same issue as me, sometimes I get this little hole in the center of my work. I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's a little tiny itty bitty hole there. I'm going to take my straggler from my slip knot and yarn my needle with that. Okay, and then go in the back of my work here. You can see it now. There it is, right there. We're going to go underneath at the base of these stitches and then cinch it closed, and it's gone. Perfect. I'm just going to sew it around, and then we can snip that little piece off. Okay, so there's an eye. So you just need to make another one of these. Ooh, focus. There we go. And then what I'm going to do for a little tiny detail is I'm going to grab some white yarn. Sorry, it's like not focusing because they're black and white. Small pieces. So we're going to grab some white yarn in our needle here. Okay, and we're going to go from the back of our eye into the center, right like that. And we're going to make a little detail by putting a little tick mark into our eye. So I'm going to go into right outside the stitch, or right into the inside underneath the stitch right there. Okay, and then we're going to come back through the center and then go back out. Just like that. Then we're going to cut our piece, our yarn, our white yarn here, and then flip this around, tie those two pieces in a knot. Okay, and then just trim them very short. Okay, just like that. Then what we're going to do, you have to just make another one of these little eyes. So you have 2 of those for each booty. So 4 of these, and we're going to sew them on. And I already have this one already sewn on like this. Okay, so we're just going to attach this one to the other side in the same position, just like this. Make sure your little white tick mark details are on the same, looking like the same right about there. Okay, and then we're just going to grab our yarn needle. And to sew these on, I actually go right into the booty, into the shoe all the way, and I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to hide those little strands back there. Okay, and we're just going to go into the shoe through all the layers and then back out through the shoe. Oopsie. It's a little difficult. There we go. Okay, and you can really move your piece however you need to, you know, obviously, to get it to work. And you can just, if you want to, just go like this, so you don't have to go all the way into the booty. You can do that too. Oops. But that I find is a little difficult because this piece is so small. So I'm just going to go inside. And you don't want any pieces behind it to show. Alright, and then you want to just end on the inside. Just make sure it looks good. Okay, and just like I showed you the other pieces, just go around a couple of stitches and then just go back through that loop and pull tight, and then you can sew in this end just behind your work. Okay, and just do that for the other side as well. And then we're done. We just have to make one more. But obviously I've made one off camera, so now we have a pair of matching booties. How cute are those? That was a pretty quick project, I have to say so myself. They turned out very nicely and very close to being similar. You know, they're very similar. They look like elephants, so they're so cute. Thank you so much for watching and learning how to make these booties with me. This was a lot of fun to make. Make sure you share this photo on your Facebooks and Instagram, and share your projects and hashtag YARNutopia. Big thank you to Red Heart Yarns for providing the yarn today. There's Red Heart Yarns. Thank you to my dad right behind me for videotaping, editing, and doing all the photography for YARNutopia. Yep. He's trying to show you guys his cool little elephant. So, thank you to him, and thank you to you for watching and learning how to make these every day. You know, I love sharing my video tutorials with you guys. Make sure to subscribe. There will be a little link here to subscribe, a link here to view my website, and a link here for the next video. Check out the flamingo feet baby booties. Those are fun too. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Happy hooking!